Dance football for the love of the game. Dance football for the love of the game.
Hello. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, whenever you actually were joining me. Thank you, thank you, Mr. Belabab. Thank you for always being there. Thank you for joining. Hey, Manolo Etuk, thank you. First, you guys to be here. Thank you for joining. Happy Friday, guys. How is it going? In your area there? Hope you actually said that New Year, as what's it called? January is like a double month, it's like double month. It's it's always very challenging, I know. So how is it going in your area? Let me know where you're joining. I know my brother Bella Babs is joining from Canada. Thank you for actually joining. Thank you for joining. So today is going to be another. Oh, thank you, Akomede. Olarewaju, thank you for actually joining. Thank you for joining. It's going to be another beautiful edition today. Thank you for joining, guys on Instagram. Don't forget to go on YouTube and go and actually join on YouTube, because the stream will be ending even on Facebook. Okay, let me just put Facebook there. The stream will be ending on Instagram very soon. Guys, go on YouTube. We can't see you on YouTube. I'm there on YouTube now. We're live on YouTube. We can't. How come you can't see me on YouTube? Yes, we're on YouTube. We're live on YouTube. I can see directly here on YouTube. I can see. Just go to YouTube. Sorry. How come you can see me on YouTube? Yes, we're on YouTube. We're live on YouTube. Yeah, well, I just put Gun Football on YouTube. Then it takes you directly to the channel. I think we've got we're strong enough now, so it's going to take you directly here. Just go to YouTube. Type Gun Football on YouTube. Please say yeah. Okay. Please stay on. No, I don't. Some of us cannot attend YouTube tonight. It's YouTube that is the whole package you'll be happening. I'm gonna put the stream off actually, because I just want us to stay on YouTube too. Very important. You can go on Facebook if you cannot actually go on YouTube. Go on YouTube and actually go and join. Slay 2311. Go on YouTube and go and actually join. Please also as you are joining. Please like and share. Hey, Taiwo Kwande, thank you, my brother from Ireland. Just let me know where you are joining from. Let me know where you are joining. Let me know how you are doing. Let me know where you are joining. Let me know how you are doing. Thank you, Taiwo Kwande from Ireland. Ayuba, Lisa, thank you. Please, guys, like and share. You are 12 here already. I only have 3 likes. Yeah, 4 likes. Guys. More likes. It's when you show. Thank you. I want to appreciate you. The last time we were here was so good. Fantastic. The views were terrific. A lot of people. I got a lot of comments. People even know that we operate here. I got a lot of comments about it. The last episode we did last Friday was so good. Was so good. Okay, so Gun Football on Facebook, Gun Football. Yes, thank you. The last time was so good, and I saw that's since we had the previous channel, this new channel, that was the best views we've got. For the best ever views we've got, and when I went to go and check it, majority of people watched the whole thing. That's also a very good thing. Majority watched, the whole thing about the Eric Chelle philosophy that I put out for you guys here. A lot of you guys actually want to watch it, but I don't want to stay too long this night. I'm going to start straight away. There is this popular saying where I come from. They say that charity begins at home. So I'm going to start on the home front and discuss some few things before I go to. We're still going to talk about Eric Chelle today, but I'm going to talk and I'm going to tell you how I'll be more practical now, how I think it will impact Nigeria. And by the end of the month, by the end of the month of January, we'll be counting down. We'll be counting down. Hey, my man, Sekodi Ramsiti. Thank you guys for joining from South Africa, my man. YouTube, and please I'm on YouTube, and please let's discuss how we're gonna qualify when players to 0-0. So by the end of the month, we're going to start the countdown to the game between Nigeria and Rwanda, and we're also going to be, try to sponsor some fans to go and watch the game in Uyo. If you are there, you want to go to Uyo, you live around, you want to go to Uyo, and every day we can look for a way to get you to Uyo. And so we want also to do our part too. We want to get fans to the stadium, in Uyo when we play against Zimbabwe. So by the end of the month, don't forget, we'll be counting down. I already have my everything listed. I'll be counting down towards the game between Nigeria and Zimbabwe, Nigeria, and also Rwanda. So let's start. Guys, don't forget to like. I also have how many likes are here now? Please like. It's very important. So let me just start. In the this week, the CAF announced that they will not be playing CHAN in February any longer because the teams are not complete, and also too Kenya is not ready, because the statement that CAF put out was that some of the host nations are not ready. We know it's not Uganda, it's not Tanzania. Kenya is not ready to host the CHAN. So when I saw the audit of the stadiums too, I just realized that CAF should be looking for a way to see maybe they can get a different host nation to replace Kenya. So it's going to be in August now, and they went ahead with the draws. And I'm going to go over the draws quickly now and give my own opinion about my own reaction to those draws and what I think what happened. Don't forget, CHAN is for home-based players. Players are playing in domestic league across Africa. So I'm going to start with this Group C. Sorry, I'm going to start with Group A. Group A: host nation Kenya, Morocco, Angola, DR Congo, and Zambia. If you look at this group, you will know that Morocco, they are favorites. Why do I think they are favorites? They have probably one of the best leagues in Africa. Their team are constantly performing very well in the CAF Champions League and CAF Confed Cup. They also have a very good structure. So for me, I think Morocco is favorite here. Another team that might also perform well here, I think Zambia. I see Zambia. They have this. They used to play in the Kusafa Castle Cup. It's a tournament organized for Southern African countries. That one already they are engaged in that, and they have been performing well too in those Kusafa Cups too. So they have a very strong home-based team. I think that they can also be good. DR Congo, So for me, if I'm to pick any three teams that will progress here, I think it's going to be Morocco, DR Congo. I'll go with Zambia. I think Zambia might just probably what I know Zambia and Angola. Angola too, very strong, very good team, because most of their players in the senior team too are also part of they also play for Petro Atletico in Luanda. So for me, Angola too is also a very strong team. For me, I don't think Kenya here will progress in this group. So Group B, Tanzania, Madagascar, Mauritania, Burkina Faso, South Republic. There was one video that was trendy that the CAR, Central African Republic, they gave their coach that qualified them for CHAN a motorcycle. That was very funny. A motorcycle before he actually because he qualified them for CHAN. They have never qualified for this tournament before in their life, and they think that that was the best way to appreciate their coach, to give the coach a motorcycle. And I see them doing well, but for me, you cannot bet against Tanzania here. I think Tanzania, Burkina Faso, They are probably Madagascar. They are no Mauritania, Tanzania, Burkina Faso. They're like favorite in this group. So to Group C now. Group C, Uganda, Niger, Guinea, and the two other teams that have not been determined yet. So I think Libya will not be participating. I'm not sure Libya will be coming to this CHAN because maybe because they are postponing it now, maybe Libya will be coming. I am hearing that Morocco want to come to this CHAN because CAF already increased the money to like 3.5 million. So Egypt are looking for a way to come. And I'm hearing that South Africa too might probably play in CHAN because it's now going to be in August. So, I don't know who is going to be there, but for me, out of those three teams already here, I think Uganda will be favorite here because they're also playing from home. So now to the last one, Group D. Nigeria is always in Group D. Senegal, Congo, Sudan, Nigeria. For me, Senegal, despite not having a very strong league, I still believe that they produce one of the best players on the continent. Congo, not really a very strong team. I think Sudan will be handful. So in this thing, you cannot bet against Nigeria, but for me, I think Sudan will be favorite in this group. Is for me to say Sudan is favorite, just to tell you the testament of what they are doing in their domestic league. So Sudan will be favorite in this group, and it's probably Nigeria and Senegal will also progress in this group. But I don't think Congo will actually we qualify in this group. So that is how I see it. There's no date yet for this CHAN. It's going to take place this year, August. I hope that they will not postpone it again. It's going to be this year, August. I hope that they will not actually They will not postpone it again. So, guys, I'm going to now move on to some key Nigerian issues. So, guys, on Instagram, don't forget to go on YouTube and actually go and join before when I start discussing Super Eagles coach matter now. That's when all of you will start running to this thing because we'll talk about Eric Chelle today. So let me just say some few things, about Nigerian stories too. So I'm also, if you listen to the podcast, on Pods, is it Pods, Paul Zad? Also, it's like a podcast hosted by a former goalkeeper. Okay, don't worry, I will tell you. Hosted by former goalkeeper. Hosted by former goalkeeper Foster. So Ekong discussed so many issues in that podcast. So guys, if you have not listened to that podcast, please, you can go on, the cycling podcast, the cycling goalkeeper. I think that was his YouTube channel. Go and watch that. Is it podcast on for what's it called? Is it Foster? I think, yeah. But it's Ben Foster, yeah, Ben Foster's podcast. So there was one thing that with then Ekong said, and I'm going to assure you what that is what I want us to discuss when I bring you guys on. He said something that next AFCON will likely be his final AFCON. He said next AFCON will likely be his final AFCON. The people, I like that. He didn't just come out and tell us that. He just come out also next AFCON and say, "Oh, I'm not interested again. I'm going." He didn't just say that. He said next AFCON might be his final AFCON. So now the issue is this. Is there any replacement for William Troost-Ekong? Now, who do you think will replace William Troost-Ekong? He discussed so many things, and I realized that I think football too is taking a toll on him. He wants to be with his family. So, who do you think we have currently now that can replace this man if this man says that, "Oh, I'm done"? Don't forget that he said in that podcast that he almost retired from the national team last year. So, no, not last year, that's 2023. That was on his mind too. Who do we have to replace him? And I want to ask you a question too. Just keep it in mind when you come back, when I post the link, you can come and discuss it. If he retires today or after the next year, it's probably next year. That's first cast. Thank you, Ayuba. If it's because next year is when Ekong will stop playing for Nigeria. Next year. is when William Ekong will stop playing football for Nigeria, with the way I see it now. Do you think that William Troost-Ekong is a legend of Nigerian football? Where will you write his name? Will you write his name very close to Stephen Keshi's name? Will you write his name in the category of Taribo West? Will you write his name close to Joseph Yobo? Do you think he achieved like the chairman himself, Christian Chuku? Or do you think we'll write his name beside Furo Inyeneme? Where do you think William Ekong stands in history for Nigeria? Where? Guys, don't forget, when you join live, come and discuss that. Where do you think we will place this man in our history, in our football history? Don't forget to, as I mentioned, 4 categories. Will you say is Keshi? Will you write his name very close to Keshi? Will you write his name close to Taribo West? Will you write his name close to Joseph Yobo? Where will you write William Ekong's name in our history? Next year is when Ekong will finish his career with the Super Eagles of Nigeria. Next year. Do you think, if you are counting the best 5 defenders in the history of Nigeria, can they mention William Troost-Ekong? So, when you join, we'll come and discuss that. So, let me move on to a player again. And this player, he has not played for Nigeria before. But I had a very good conversation today that this guy, despite that he has not played for Nigeria before, you will soon see him in a white-green jersey. And, the coach likes him. The player is winning. And another good news about him is this. Napoli, Juventus, and Atalanta, they are looking for a way to make a move for him. But Atlanta, they are front runner now for him. So for me, I think it's a win-win for Nigeria. I think because if this boy go and join a team like Juventus or bigger teams in Europe, won't England want to call him back again? But for me, I think his mind already made up. I think he wants to play for Nigeria. I think he's going to play under this new manager. It might not be in this match window, but I think it should be done during the qualifiers when we come back against South Africa and Rwanda in September. So, that is that about him. I had a very good conversation with some people that are in charge of this thing in the glass house, and they, like not them directly, people close to them. So, and it's actually what on their radar. I also have some players too. If my brother Obina here is here, because I had a conversation with him, he told me exactly, what they actually what they are working on, and they mentioned something for me, which I will throw for you about a particular player. The player plays for Chelsea. The player is on his way to Dortmund. That is Kanish Komeka. I want to ask you a question. Do you think the boy is good enough for Nigeria? Do you think he's good enough to play for Nigeria? So put that one down, please. So well done to Anjoni. The interest is there, and he will soon be a Nigerian player very soon. So I was watching a program yesterday, one of the most popular programs in Africa. They call it Soccer Africa. So I was just watching, like one day, randomly stumbled into it, and they were discussing about Nigeria. This is like Nwene, the goalkeeper of Zambia. He says some things about Nigeria. And he says very interesting things about that. He said that if there is any team that can go to the World Cup, he said that it's Nigeria. They do good and actually will do well. He explained some few things why he thinks that the coach is very good tactically, and he also thinks that the coach will actually will move Nigeria forward. He said something that Rwanda, we will not be sure of what to expect against Nigeria when they play a match. He said that's that is going to be the advantage Nigeria is going to have over them. He said some good things about Nigeria, and he said that when he comes back to that program, he said Nigeria will qualify for the World Cup. So not many agree with him because he's saying it on the South African TV. I put this story there because I just want to assure you guys that this man already believe, like the way I believe, that Nigeria will pick the sole ticket in that group and qualify for the World Cup for the World Cup next year. So thank you, Nwene, for the love for Nigeria, and I also agree with you. I'm also in the spirit that Nigeria will also qualify for the World Cup. So finally, this player is called Amzat Ojedino. He plays for RC Lens in League One. A fantastic player, workaholic player. This is first season in League One, in top 5 European League, doing his bit, performing well. I'm hearing that is highly rated by Coach Eric Chelle, despite I think he only started one game in RC Lens this season, despite not being a regular for RC Lens this season. I'm hearing that he's high up on the list of the new manager, Eric Chelle. And I will explain to you why I think Eric Chelle is Eric Chelle is actually is after this guy in our second part. When I will explain to you why I think it's after him. When I heard about the story, I didn't really believe because it's not really a regular. He comes on the second half, he do his beat. It's not, it's like a regular bench player, but he comes on a regular basis. And I think he even scored a goal already in this season. So I didn't really think about him that much. But after observing how Eric Chelle creates opportunity, try to open up opposition, I realized that this guy might be instrumental to his formation. And there's one thing about Eric Chelle. If you can fit into his pattern and you are not even regular for your club, you will still play under him. That is one good thing about the coach. As far as you will not come and destroy, his tactics, you will still play under him. So fine, kudos to him, and I wish him the very best of luck. So last week I told you about the 3 assistants, and I apologize for that mistake again. Jane Pandova is actually the goalkeeper trainer. So I'm hearing that 2 guys will be joining these guys. 2 other staffs will be joining them, but this one are going to be paid. I think the other ones are just going to be like attachments or so. So there are also French guys too. They will also be joining him. I think and this guy Adi Tabobi is the match analyst, and I think they're getting like someone that's going to be in charge of the set pieces. Both defending and actually and attacking the set pieces, because I think it's part of areas that he thinks that Nigeria can actually use against all these less fancy opponents in the World Cup qualifier. So he's already meeting with those guys. He's already talking to them, and I, on Zoom, on phone call, and everything, talking to them already. Now we go directly to exactly, what to even expect from me. So, thank you guys. That's the first section of the program done. So let me just take some comments on Instagram first. So, Instagram, Taiwo said, hello, Smithlai, hello to Taiwo in the island. And Stitch Time said that he's joining from London. Thank you for joining from London. Wallis Villa said that I'm on YouTube, and please discuss how we're gonna qualify when players are owed 20 months. Abba. Okay, I will talk about that later. Please stay here for tonight. I'm not staying here for tonight. So is Smithlai retiring our captain? No, he said it on the podcast that he will likely leave after. He's going to leave after this next AFCON. So I'm not the one retiring anymore. I'm just talking based on what he said. So now, guys, I'm going to give you further 5 minutes to go to at Gant Football 2 on YouTube and join. So go to Gant Football YouTube, guys. On Instagram, I'm going to actually take you out very soon now. Go to Gant Football and actually go and join. That is so guys, go and join. I'm going to actually take you out now very soon. Go to Gant Football YouTube and go and join before I end the stream on Instagram. So the stream will be going off on Instagram very soon. So let me take some comments too on you guys on comment on these things. So let me just take the comments directly. So Taiwo said Mali can't even host the Chan conveniently too. They can even host it. They have about 6 capable stadiums at the moment. Oh, that's very good. Yeah, you get. I will tell you. I will tell you that. Thank you. So another comment say, if he win next AFCON, I will write him. I will write him to all you mentioned. Okay, thank you. So and Taiwo Kwan said that Olisa and Da go. Okay, thank you. I'm gonna go to that. See, let me just tell you something there. The guys you mentioned, yes, Taiwo Kwan, if they are top players, Osho, kudos to Osho, playing Premier League, if they are top players, European clubs will be chasing after them. Olisa and Da is in South Africa for how long? Igbo Ogu, they are signing his defensive partner, people that plays around him. They are signing them. It's only the one that they are not bidding for. No bid is coming for him. Igbo Ogu. Chibuke Nwawu, I know, good player. For me, I think he don't overachieve. I think if he passed that area, he really did well. Let me tell you something. I know of a guy that just came from the Syrian League. The boy now is about to, I think he's going to, I don't know which country. He was playing for Valladolid. I think they want to sign him in Bayern Munich or what, or Man City. Just to tell you that sometimes too, when they see something in you, there's nothing that you can. They will go after you. All these guys have been around, have been scouted, nothing. So that's why I might not agree with that. So if we win this AFCON, Ekong, okay, is right below Yobo and ahead of Inyaneme. Ahead of Inyaneme. Okay. He has to win AFCON first. Did Yobo win AFCON? Ekong is one of the best captains we have had, but he needs to win AFCON. Please like and share. Thank you. Please, guys, like and share. Aref Bakari said that close to Yobo, but definitely not next to Keshi. He needs to win AFCON to be top 5 of all time. Okay, okay. That's this is thing. So where's again? Let me just see. Tawaka said, I can make. He said plus Oguchuku are very good to play for Nigeria. Okay. Yes, Samuel said that yes, Rick Ekong alongside legends like Taribo West and Yobo, he achieved so much. Olympic bronze, AFCON silver, World Cup appearance, and the record for most goals by a Nigerian defender at AFCON. Yes, that's a very good point. Most goals by an AFCON defender. Most goals. To tell you, most goals by an AFCON like Nigerian defender. Hmm. So I don't go find them for LinkedIn. So okay, so John Jones said that we need to invest in Osugi and foreign bonds. We also need to look at the other 17s. Yeah, yeah, I also agree with you about that. We'll look at the age grade. So thank you guys for that. Those comments actually was coming in. And just take a breather quickly. Thank you. So guys on Instagram, I'm going to take you off now. Guys on Instagram now, I'm going to take you out now. Thank you guys on Instagram. See you later. Go and join on YouTube. Yeah. So thank you guys for those are just joining and they were now 40 here. They were on Instagram before. I have to chase them away from that Instagram. So now let's go to the man of the moment. The man that Nigeria love to hate or love to love. I don't know how to actually put it. Let me just talk about Eric Chelle. So I've been hearing comments on social media that this and this and that he was fired, he didn't do well for Mali and everything. Let me just give you the record. I showed you this thing before. This is the record for Mali. He played 6 games, he won 5. He lost 1. He scored 15 goals. And they considered what? Only 2 goals. Plus 13 and 15 points. That is it. And this game I showed you here, his first game, like they were actually what? AFCON qualifier. So it's not new to start a World Cup AFCON qualifier or a qualifier game as his first game. So when people are saying that, oh, don't pity him, let him do the job. Don't pity him, let him do the job. So I want to go over some few things that are actually what I personally observe and why I think that the type of profile the player that will use, the type of players is going to use for Nigeria to benefit Nigeria. So I'm going to go over some slides and I will explain to you. When he told you that I like to play attacking football, it's making sense. His own attacking football is different from Jose Pacero, and I will explain to you why it's different. His own attacking football is different from Eguavon style of football, and I will tell you why it's different. It's like a modern coach. It's like a modern coach, but because he never gets too much opportunity, that's the reason why in no rate time at all. I'm pretty sure he himself know after this Nigerian job, he might be getting a club in France, proper club in France. Just wait. The way Ava Renard went to go and become a big man after he coached Zambia. Just wait. Ava Renard is now a big man. He's coaching, he coached women team, he coached Saudi Arabia at the World Cup. He's been, he's going to become, let me just wait. Let me just say, this guy is very good. And this is what I like also young Nigerian coaches too, to look for a way to show themselves. When they give you opportunity, grab it once. This guy, I was researching, they gave him that opportunity in Mali just to see how he could perform. But after the first 2 games, they saw what he did. From there, this guy became their favorite. There's some things that he did wrong. I will not talk about those things today. I will talk about it maybe probably next week. But today, let's focus on the positives. And I told you, if you're just joining, we're going to do a countdown to the Rwanda game. And I will tell you how I think we approach the game and how we will beat Rwanda in Kigali. I will go over the strength of the Rwandans, also what their weaknesses. So look at, let me just show you this clip. You know, this clip was this was the game, his first major away game as a Mali coach. The guy that I circled there, wearing number 20, that is Sekou Koita, wearing number 20 there. You know, the reason why you will see clips, you will see slides like this as we continue today. The reason why I like this is this. His major strength is in midfield. And he likes what? Late runners. He likes what? Late runners. When, you know, in formation, sometimes you have what? Some teams play high press, like they play high line. Some team play medium block. Some team play low block. So in Africa, most of the teams that Africa normally play is low block. If you Nigeria normally struggle against low block because we don't have mobile midfielders that can run and to the ball. We don't really have them. We will depend on Victor Osimhen. We depend on our wingers. We depend on those people. We don't really have runners, and that is one thing that his formation is centered on. When he's playing his diamond formation, you can see clearly here that was a quarter, that was a runner, and that was the big chance against against Congo in Brazzaville. So this was their goal. The reason why this one is very important is this. If you followed me last week, no, 2 weeks ago, I showed you about the importance of his fullback. Sometimes, if the midfield is too choked, his fullbacks, he push them very high up. The right back, I put right back on him now. That is the guy that just signed a new deal for Real Sociedad. He passed the ball to the final guy. They scored straight away. This was a long ball from the goalkeeper. And what happened here was that what's it called? Congo were marking them. They were actually they were marking them. So just realized that the midfield was very choked. They went through the wings, and it was their right back that did the job. I want to ask you a question too. Olaina, which I think I'm going to go to Olaina. What I think that Olaina can actually do to benefit this guy, Eric Chelle. So you can see this another case is against Congo too, and that was Nene and actually what went, but this one is not really significant. I just want to tell you that this guy likes what? Runners. He likes runners. No, he says something that run. See, that's why he went for one of the best fitness trainer. You must be fit to play for this guy. You must be fit. It's like he likes runners. He likes to break opposition lines. He likes runners. So, and I will tell you why I think we're also limited. Do I think we have players that can, pass the ball like the way the Malians did? We're still going to talk about that. So, this was their first game. Can you see? I told you. That was attacking midfielder. That was what's it called? Busoma. And that was the center striker. This was the goal against Congo. This game, that was the first ever game of Chile for Mali. They won 4-0. This is first ever game. You can see his idea were clear. That guy, I put that circle here, is the attacking midfielder. That is the guy from Tottenham, Busoma. He wants his attacking midfielder to make runs like that. Can Alex Iwobi do that? Can Alex Iwobi do that for Nigeria? Because he likes to overload areas. So he just wants He wants his attacking midfielder to break play, to be able to break that defense, that midfield defense line. He wants, and this was the first goal. I want to ask you a question. Can Alex Iwobi make runs like this? He demands so much from his attacking midfielder. Very important. And I think that he's already talking to these guys. I hope that they understand exactly what he wants to do. Because if Mali could have like a quality of players Nigeria's got, just like maybe probably having someone like Victor Osimhen and Lookman, if they can have those two players, I can tell you that Mali will not lose to Ivory Coast in that semi-final. And Mali might probably even go on and win the AFCON. Yeah. When I'm studying this man now, I'm watching all these games. Today now, when I was working, I watched the game between Mali and Central African Republic. I saw what he did. A lot of people say, oh, he drew 1-1. Oh my days. If you watch the game, you will know that shame on football. Shame on football. You will know. Shame on football. If you watch that game between Mali and CR, shame on football. So this was it. It demands a lot from what? Attacking midfielders. And you see, look at his pressing. Can you see? Can you see pressing? The guy, can you see pressing? He is pressing from the front. He sets trap. Can you see? The guy was pressing. When you see this type of picture, you would think that the guy that is wearing red is the attacker. You would think that the guy wearing white is the defender. But it's the other way around. The striker is the one wearing white. The attacker, the defender, is the one wearing red. Can you see pressing? So let me see if I can show you the next slide on it. Can you see? He won the ball. He won the ball. Because the guy could not pass the ball to anywhere again. He couldn't pass back. He couldn't pass forward. He couldn't clear the ball. He wanted to dribble. He won the ball off him. And that was what led to their what? To their second goal. So that was what led to their what? To their second goal. You can see the pressing. See, and I might say some things, there's some details we need to know. In all honesty, with due respect, all those Rwanda, all those Zimbabwe defenders, they are not good on the ball. I don't know the reason why we cannot press them. I will show you how Nigeria knew too. We're doing our pressing under Iguavon. I will show you very soon. I don't know. You won the ball early, and you see, they actually they scored from that. But we also need to clinical strikers, because when they're winning, they won some of these balls early, but their striker did not convert. So look at, I was talking about runs. This is a central midfielder. It's called Kamara. He was playing for AS Monaco before. You can see he got a 1-2 ball in the edge of the area, and they scored. This was the away game against South Sudan, the equalizer. Can you see? I'm talking about making runs. The guy ran from deep. He did a 1-2 with Ebaleture, and they scored from this. So the one that Victor Osimhen is going to be the only one up front. They have to win the ball, bring people on. No. This formation will benefit Victor Osimhen more, or any striker playing for Nigeria. Because that percent of Victor Osimhen is going to be the only one. And this thing, win the ball, wait for runners to come. No, you will see constant runs from the midfield. And I hope that he can get players that can actually do all these things for him. You can see nobody was marking that central midfielders. He got the ball there, he scored. This guy was even not central midfielder, he was even a defensive midfielder. So can you see another runner? Central midfield. he got the goal. That is, I'm just telling you that that's how he creates and he scores his goals. You can see this one too. Can you see after dribbling, the guy I said could hear was their central midfielder. The guy before was a defensive midfielder. It was defensive midfielder that scored that goal for Mali. This was the third goal against South Sudan. The game was played in Uganda at the St. Mary's Stadium in Uganda. That was the third goal. So South Sudan scored first, Mali equalized, and they scored 2 more goals. So let's just take one comment before I continue. There's one comment I want to talk about here. This part just said we need a midfielder like Kamaru Dumbia. I don't think Iwobi can do that though. Can you see? This man called John Jones already researched that Mali team. His major asset is what? Kamaru Dumbia. He plays for Brest FC. I will show you, I will post his data tomorrow, and I will show you the reason why so many clubs, really wants to have someone like Kamaru Dumbia. His runs, his energy level, everything about him is short. Everything about him is like a modern day, midfielder, similar to Yaya Toure. So this was I will skip this one. This was a build-up play against Gambia. Gambia is a bigger game against Gambia at home. This was their second home game under Sekou Chile. Eric Chelle, second home game. You can see build-up play. He likes goalkeeper that plays from the back. You can see that was him in the background there. Look at what happened here. I put it in arrow. What they did here, they passed from the back. Just follow that arrow. That was what they did, and they scored. They passed from the back. Gambia did not touch the ball before Mali scored this goal. The same thing, he did it against Burkina Faso during the AFCON. They passed from the back. They arranged the ball from goalkeeper to the other box, and they scored. Burkina Faso did not touch the ball. The same thing with Gambia too here. They did not touch the ball before Kamaru Dumbia scored. What's it called? Scored for Mali. So the guy from the left back, he passed the other striker. That will move it back to the midfielder. Then they're already in the Gambia box, and they scored. So, what I like is that I like neat play, and you get that one from what? From Sekou Chelle. Look at this was the goal. That was Kamaru Dumbia. You see that they are mentioning here Kamaru Dumbia. That was the goal, and he actually scored that. So, this is against your beloved Nigeria. This is against your beloved Nigeria. My Nigeria, your Nigeria, our Nigeria. This is against Nigeria. So, Nigeria too were trying to play out from the back. The guy with the ball there was Chidozie Awazim. He now plays in the MLS. Omeru was there, and you can see the trying to actually come for the ball and everything. But you can see that Mali already set the trap for Nigeria. They have blocked the passing lane of Chidozie Awazim there. So in this case, he couldn't do anything. He couldn't do anything. They have marked those he thinks he can actually pass to. Now, can you see? He's in trouble. He couldn't pass to anybody. He just think that he can. Okay, the only free guy is, I think, Jamil Collins on the left-hand side. He's the only free guy. In fact, look at it though. Sinayoko is in our box. Marking Kenneth Omeru is in our box. Marking Kenneth Omeru. Can you see? He's marking our defender in our box. He's marking our defender in our box. So this was like trap already set, and they actually scored from this, and kudos to what they actually did, and that was it. So I was just telling you again about the Malian press. This was a shot by Mali. Immediately the ball dropped. The ball went to this guy called Tapsoba. They pressed him. He just miskicked the ball and the ball entered the back of the net. So the ball nestles at the back of the net. So part of their thing too. So, and you can see I circled that red one. This is what they do. They set another trap for Burkina Faso. They won the ball straight. Can you see? In those dangerous areas. This is where they like to win the ball. And in Nigeria, if we also have that we have a stronger attacking player than them, if we could be winning the ball in these dangerous areas, I think we're going to score more goal. One, see, it can arrange them to play from the back. They can win the ball early. They are very aggressive out of possession. So, what do you need again? What do you need again? So, he won the ball early, and for me, I think actually what they didn't score this ball, but it was a very good win, and they were just being wasteful in this case. So, this is Nigeria press against Rwanda. The guy in the picture, down your picture here, that's a Kelechi Iheanacho. Can you see? It was just walking to go and mark, And I don't know, maybe they are not informing them. If you don't put pressure on the ball, you are in trouble. You are in trouble. This against Rwanda in Uyo. If you don't put pressure on the ball, Kelechi Iheanacho was just walking. No, if you don't put pressure on the ball, I wish I could show you the video of this. I just showed the video because of copyright. So, it's like when I'm going to show you some things about the game in Kigali and how Nigeria really progressed the ball under Iguavon. All my days, you will be so shameful. Like, I don't know the reason why people are still clamoring for Iguavon to be the coach of the national team. You want to play Rwanda twice this year. The same guy took you to go and play Rwanda. You only had 1 point out of 6. How do you expect them not to sack him, not to say he should not continue? How do you expect? They will say he should not continue. So that is actually what my take on that. Let me just try and give you, if you want to join, I'm going to post a link in the comment section quickly now. So because I want to spend 1 hour, I'm already spending 30 minutes already. So that is my take on him. And now let me just try and take comments. And who do I think can do the job? For me, the person that can do the job, I think Uche Santos. He's a very good player. It's a very good player. It's a player that it's not Kamaru Dumbia, but in an African setting, I think he can do the job temporarily till we get a player. I just think so. I just think that there's something in him. People have mentioned Amzat, but it's just that can Alex Iwobi do it? Alex Iwobi is very intelligent, but for me, it's the energy level. I think the shots. Sometimes when Iwobi shoots, you just be wondering that why did what's happening? Why did he shoot that way? Guys, I've put a link there. What is happening? Why did he shoot that way? So when you see all those things, sometimes I just think that Alex Iwobi might be limited in that area. But in terms of intelligence, I think that Alex Iwobi, is even way ahead of Kamaru Dumbia, in terms of intelligence. But for me, the energy level and also defensive ability, to know exactly what to do, in that defensive position. I think Kamaru Dumbia is slightly ahead in that area. If you have watched him play for Brest before, you will know exactly, how good this guy is. So for me, I just think that he's confident. I'm also confident that Nigeria will actually what we do well. So that is my opinion, and it's believing too. So I will try and take some few comments too, and wait for who's going to actually what join. But if nobody joins, I want to end this thing 1 hour dot. I'm going to end in 5 minutes. So let me just try and take some comments too, and yeah, if you want to come on and have a discussion about Ekong, discussion about what's it called, about this from about Eric Chile, and also about Faustino and Johnny. Let me just let me know. Click the link, it's going to actually will take you here. So IoT is in the hotel today, because it's not in the usual, it's not in the usual location. So yeah, let me just bring on IoT quickly so that we can IoT.
My brother, I greet you.
This is not your location. You
No,
are
no be say I dey hotel. I just did my bed.
okay.
I just do my bed. Bro.
What's your contribution? I know that when people mention Uche Crisantos, your eye normally open small.
Yeah, because I just always encourage Nigerian fans to not, you know, to not get too excited by a name that they hear but they haven't watched. Um, a lot of people like again sometimes when I say these things, some people say, "Oh, it's like oh, it sounds condescending or it sounds like you're knocking people down." But
Mm-hmm.
I just always try to encourage people to look at it that I'm speaking from a place of knowledge. I watch these players week in week out. If I am not able to watch their games, the full
Mm-hmm.
90, I go, I have subscription, I go and I watch every single action the player took, So I know how these players perform. And
Mm-hmm.
for me, I like Crisanto Suchi as a football player. I've said this many times, I've communicated with him. I just
Mm-hmm.
think that people get a little bit too carried away.
Mm-hmm.
Does he mean that he cannot do a job? No, it doesn't mean he can't do a job.
Mm-hmm.
But for me, I just think let's not rush people into positions that they might not do well, and then all of a sudden it looks like they're bad players.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so that's
Yeah.
just it for me. I don't think there's enough evidence to say bring him into the Super Eagles squad. That's
Mm-hmm.
my own honest opinion. I know people will say, "Oh, somebody was arguing with me that oh, he has played almost every game for Getafe." Okay, if it's by playing every game for Getafe that he should get caught up,
Mm-hmm.
fine. I'm not like, but for me, I don't think that there's enough evidence. It's the same way people fought for Gift Urban in the past, and I was saying it, and I look like the bad belly pressing. And
Mm-hmm.
now we've seen that things did not progress so well. So for me, I don't derive any joy in being right in situations like this. But
Mm-hmm.
I just always encourage people to calm down a little bit, allow people to grow more. The guy plays as a striker almost every week. I know about 5 to 6 games he's played as an attacking midfielder. One game he played as a center midfielder. To now use that to say, oh, call him up ahead of this person, or oh, he should play ahead of Isayo, ahead of Iwobi, or
Mm-hmm.
anybody else, I just think is a little bit of a jump. Because if Iwobi was in Getafe, he will play every game. They will never sub him off. If Isayo was in Getafe, him too will play every game. They'll never sub him off. If Joe Aribo was in Getafe, he will play every game. They're like Getafe is a struggling side. It's not like it's on top side. So I just encourage people to calm down a little bit. And yeah, but at the end of the day, I wish the guy all the best, man. I think he's going to play for Nigeria eventually. I
Uh,
just don't think that they should rush him in because if they rush him in and he looks bad, people will not give him the benefit of the doubt again in the future.
okay. Like Oluwa doing, the Oluwadoyin, is it Oluwadoyin or Olawoyin, the guy that played from Chelsea?
Olawen Ibrahim.
Olawoyin. Yeah, Olawoyin. So just one more. People were mentioned about Amzat Yediran. I know that you also watch him very well, and he's a very humble player. Do you think he's closer to play for Nigeria than Uche Santos?
No, Chrysanthemum Suche is closer.
Mm-mm.
Chrysanthemum is closer. And I just said what I just said about Chrysanthemum, so you can imagine what I think about Hamzat.
Mm-hmm.
He's a good player when he plays, the little minutes he gets here and there. He
Mm-hmm.
shows that he has quality. He's combative in midfield. He can influence the game going forward, to a decent extent as well. But he's still a very, very raw player. And for me, when I look at players and I think that they are raw, I always say this player is not ready for the Super Eagles yet. Because Super Eagles is not a learning ground. If
Mm-hmm.
you are maybe a 19-year-old, 18-year-old, and everybody thinks that you're the biggest next best youngster, then they can bring you in to learn and to grow.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're already a player that is playing first team football regularly, things like that, people don't give you the chance to learn on the job. Nigerian fans don't give you the chance to learn on the job. So
Mm-hmm.
for me, if we call Hamzat now, by the time one midfielder bullies him in one match now and we concede a goal or we concede two goals, that's the way people will start bashing him. The boy might drop confidence. The coach might not want to take the chance on him again. And, you know, that's how somebody's career might just fade away. So for me, we just need to be careful with the way we integrate developing players. If it's
Mm-hmm.
somebody like Aroku Dare now, he is already a first team player for many years, all the way from Latvia to Belgium, where he is now.
Mm-hmm.
Different conversation entirely.
Mm-hmm.
But somebody that is just playing in his first real club,
Mm-hmm.
especially Uche that is just playing in his first real club before Getafe now semi-pro footballing they play. So for me, less than one season, still very very raw. You can tell that he's just playing with passion and with heart. He's not yet refined into a proper pro. I just
Mm.
think that people should not set him up.
Yeah. Yeah. My help. Let me just ask Chris. Chris, quickly. Yeah. What do you want to? We want to say a few things too. Chris. Welcome, Chris.
Hi guys.
Yeah.
I agree with what IoT said because I mean this is like his first season in the La Liga and he's played like 19 games. So I don't think we should just rush him into the team like that because we know the way Nigerians are. Nigerians know they waste time. They know they waste time at all. Once you and especially the fact that we don't have any friendlies, we are going
Mm-hmm.
straight to the World Cup qualifiers. So if they were like we had like friendlies lined up, we can say okay, we try
Mm-hmm.
him at these friendlies and then we see how it goes. But bring him directly into the World Cup qualifiers.
Mm-hmm.
If he makes one mistake, that's it. Like like the way Nigerians are now. They'll flood his Instagram with abuse and everything. So like it's gonna be crazy. So I
Mm-hmm.
think right now, like I don't think Eric will probably be trying to try out any new players right now. I
Mm-hmm.
think what he'll be trying to do is use the players that already have like the communication and chemistry with together and try to use them to play the games we have because also we also know that even if he decides to pick Crisanto Uche and drop one of those players and then we end up having something, it's not only going to be Crisantos that's going to get the blame. The
Mm-hmm.
coach too also.
Mm-hmm.
So and we already know how like the position like this the job is he has taken right now. We know how
How
the,
difficult?
the
Yeah.
the emotions everything and the way the media is already against him already. So
Mm-hmm.
it's really going to be a tough one.
Mm-hmm.
So anyways, I'm looking forward to after the qualifiers to see him try to integrate like these guys into the team because I believe by that time
There's a
um,
there's a FIFA window in June.
yeah, we can have some friendlies then and then he can invite these guys and see because Drew is our squad is aging, man. Like most of our players are in their going to their 30s, or like we really need to start, you know,
Getting players.
getting
Yeah.
replacements for these guys.
Mm-hmm.
Like Olaina, Ndidi, what do you call it, Ekong, all these guys are getting old, so we need some players that will come in
Yeah.
and do the job.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I think that's just what all I have to say about that.
Okay. Thank you. Ushe, I can see you there. I will bring you on very soon. Let me go to IoT. I asked one question before IoT that
Mm.
in that podcast we reviewed on the UFC podcast on Tuesday. Ekon said that the AFCON, next AFCON might be his last AFCON.
Mm.
And I asked questions say that if Ekong finish everything, that's next year, it's done with Nigeria next year. Who are we looking? Who do you think is going to replace him? And if Ekong and is will finally stop playing for Nigeria, do you think he's a legend?
I'll start with the second question. If Ekong hangs his boots, I think he is a Nigeria legend. Um, I know people might say, what did he win? But at the end of the day, we're not winning. It's not as if we are winning and he just did not win. We are not winning. It
Mm-hmm.
doesn't make him any less of a legend.
Mm-hmm.
If Osimhen should retire tomorrow, would we not give him his credit because he didn't win anything? So for
Mm-hmm.
me, I look at it that Ekong is a Nigeria legend. He has served us as captain. He has done a good job. Played at the 2018 World Cup. Led
Mm-hmm.
us to the final of this AFCON. It would have been great if he won, but he didn't. So for me, I think is a modern day legend. Yes, he did not reach the heights of some of the legends of the past,
Mm-hmm.
but that's just the level that we're at right now.
Mm-hmm.
So I would call him a legend.
Legend.
And as far as who can take over from William Troost-Ekong, I think we have budding young talent. Somebody like an Igor is somebody that can fit into a spot in the centre back,
So
position.
I want to ask you a question whether Igor, why do
Yeah.
you think that his defensive partners in that same club, they are getting moves, they are scouting them, but there's nothing going on
Well,
around him?
for one, he's not European. We
No, but
cannot.
there's one Senegalese too in that team
No,
that's scouted.
no. I mean, the reality of it is that there's various things that can play into it. Maybe his agent, maybe him not being ready to move.
Mm-hmm.
Also considering the fact that he's not European, maybe the transfer fee that the club is looking for.
Mm-hmm.
Things like that can make people maybe not make the jump. Injury history as well, just different things. Or
Mm-hmm.
maybe even like a Jonathan Torunariga. Maybe like an Akpoguma. Because see, the reality of it is that Ekong, with all due respect to Ekong, has never been a top defender in world football, but he
Mm-hmm.
has been able to serve Nigeria very well. So
Yeah.
when I call these defenders that I think are coming up, or maybe even like an Emmanuel Uchena who just went to Sparta Praha, these are not top defenders. They are defenders with potential.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that ultimately, if they're able to come into the Super Eagles, play under a coach that can set them up right, that can tell them, how exactly he wants them to play, they
Mm-hmm.
can do a job. Let's also remember that Ekong only a few years ago was getting lambasted by Nigerian fans.
Mm-hmm.
That's the reason why he shut down that his fantastic YouTube channel that I used to enjoy. He shut it
Mm-hmm.
down because
I think
of
it's going back to it too.
but now that life is good, he'll probably go back to it.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, I look at it that there are young defenders here and there. Like the names I already mentioned. Some people will still come up over the next 1 year, 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think it just depends on how the coach sets the team up and how the coach gets the team to play.
Yeah.
You can play to the strength of the players that you have, and they don't look that bad.
Mm-hmm.
And these are not players that are necessarily making mistakes per se. Because for me, if a player can avoid simple mistakes, that's a quarter of the job done already. Now
Yeah.
the coach sets him up, how he communicates with his teammates, all those other things can add to the remaining 75%. So
Yeah.
I'm honestly, I am not too worried. I think that we have decent to good players that with the right coaching and with a bit more experience can step up
Mm-hmm.
into that role.
So before I go on to Chris, Uche, thank you for. I don't know. Sorry, Uche, thanks for joining and Chris. So let me just ask you this question, and this question is a very controversial question, which I know that you might try to pass it or to answer it.
Who,
Do you
me?
think yes? Do you think Ekong served Nigeria but like more than Kenneth Omero?
No, I don't think so.
You think
I'm
Omero had a better Super Eagles career than Ekong?
No.
I mean, if you want me to give a fact-based answer, I would need to go and actually sit down and compare. But based off of just my own reasoning, right now, I think Omero served very well. I don't want to say
No,
Ekong and
yeah,
just
just
not.
want to say who had a better Super Eagles career between the two
I
of them.
mean, Omero won the AFCON. That enough is better. If I win one, no, the reality of it is that if I win one AFCON and you play five AFCON and you don't win Shishi, I will trade that. Like, maybe it's just me. I will trade playing one AFCON and winning that one than playing five and not winning at all. Personally,
Mm,
at the end of the
mm.
day, it's trophies that you're competing for. So Omero too went to the World Cup, no?
Yes, he went
Yeah,
to two World Cups.
he went to two World Cups. He has won AFCON. He has gone to multiple AFCON. They've given him MON times two self. So for me, I'm not going to disrespect Uncle K. Maybe if I go later and I analyze side by side everything, I might say, okay, this guy did better. But
Yeah,
just as you've asked me right now, I think Omero.
yeah. So let me just ask. So Chris, thank you for actually joining. Where are you calling from?
Germany.
Hello. Sorry, Uche, not
Okay.
Uche.
Chris. When
Um,
you say
yeah,
when you say
thank you.
Chris, not Uche, because because of your names. So, Uche, Where are you joining from?
I'm calling from Lagos right now. Can you hear me?
Lagos. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
So what do you want to say? Quickly, yeah.
Okay. Based on the last question you asked, I think influence is measured in your impact in the game. So what were you doing in the game? So if we check 2013 Nations Cup, if my memory serves me right, Kenneth Omero didn't really play much in that Nations Cup. He just took the medal. Then fast forward.
2013?
Yeah, that was
I think he played though.
He played, but he wasn't the core defender like
I think it was
the pairing.
I think it was
It was
I think he played though. I think he played alongside Godfrey Obuabuna.
I think it was Godfrey Obuabuna and one other person, but not Kenneth Omero. If you check, because I think I paid attention to that Nations Cup. Except my memory serves me wrong.
I think
my memory serves me wrong.
But I think it was Godfrey Obuabuna most
He
times.
played. He started.
He started.
Yeah, yes. The partnership was Godfrey and Omero, both of them.
Yes.
The final.
The final, but throughout the game, like from the beginning of.
Yeah, he played. I'm looking at it. He played final. He played semi-final. He played quarter-final.
Okay.
Those were the two starters.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So then my.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah.
So then that means that defeats my argument. But I think like based on impact, like I'll pick Ekong because of his longevity in the game. And at the time it was the Oyibo War, him and what's his name, Leon Balogun. He also attended the World Cup, and he's like the last Nations Cup. He was like top scorer, right? Top scorer. Won him like.
He was player of the tournament.
Player of the tournament. So when was the last time Kenneth Omero won the player of the tournament? Though the argument that he won the Nations Cup, that one stands. But if it's impact based on Super Eagles, like even when we had issues at Libya, he was the one like that handled the issue properly.
Okay, overall influence. I don't know about overall influence.
Yeah.
My brother, I'm sorry. If you say overall influence, go and speak to players that have been in the Super Eagles. Uncle K has influence more than Ekong.
Yeah. On that G.
Ekong is the captain. So in Libya, he was the one that will speak because he's the captain. I don't think Uncle K was not even there. You know, if you say longevity, let's be serious here. Uncle K has had longevity more than Ekong. You know, if we say
but he wasn't always consistent. He wasn't consistent.
He wasn't consistent, but like I said when I was speaking, Ekong also had bad games that people were even criticizing him, and he nearly retired. The coach even lost faith in him because of his bad games. So Ekong too has had moments of inconsistency. Uncle K has had injury issues as well that have kept him out of the team in certain times. You know, but at the end of the day, the only thing that Ekong really has over Omero is that MVP that he won and the goals that he has scored, mostly from penalties, but goal na goal.
So goal na goal.
If you take the penalty away, IoT, and you compare the goals with Uncle K, even how many penalties did he score? He scored how many penalties did he score against Africa and also?
I think Ekong has 7 goals. I think 4 of them were penalty.
What are the penalties?
In this AFCON, how many penalties did he score?
No, he scored 2 penalties now. 2
penalties. And I remember at least one other penalty that he has scored.
No. In AFCON 2021, he scored 1 goal against Guinea-Bissau.
Yes.
Not a penalty. That was not a penalty.
And he scored a header, I think, in 2019 AFCON.
Against South Africa.
Yeah. But regardless, again, Uncle K's job is not there to go and score goals. So goals. But at the end of the day, for me, it's just that MVP and then the goals that he has over Omero. The rest of it, Omero, I mean, he has done well for us. You know,
I know he has done well.
It's modern day bias and PR that is helping Ekong. Omero no get PR, and his glory days are behind him, whereas Ekong's glory days are fresh in our memory.
Okay, so
Sorry.
then in regards
I
to
want to ask Chris the same question. So continue.
so, so in regards to the midfield issue, especially when you mentioned the name Chrysanthus Uche, I'm one person that believes like, okay, test them while they are young or put them through the fire. Because even if the game is so big or the pressure is so hard, but I believe that if he's since he's a professional right now, that if you put him through the fire, it's definitely going to do well, especially if you put him towards like maybe the attacking third. And since we have a formation where he might be like the one that's sitting in front of the diamond, especially the midfield, it would be good because we don't necessarily have, do I say, like a commanding 10 right now. Like all of our midfielders are just flat. If you want to compare, okay, Ndidi is no longer the box-to-box midfielder, even though he played it at Leicester. In high-tempo games or in African scene, you will see that he won't be able to keep to the tempo. Or is it Yusuf, Alassane Yusuf? Can you remember what he did in South Africa, against South Africa? So those are the kind of people that you want to bench, like especially the next qualification right now. It's better that the coach definitely tries out something new because our midfield is very, very flat. There's no transition, nothing. And most times you need someone that actually would more like is adventurous. And if you see, like I've actually been watching Getafe games, though he plays like as the assistant striker. That kind of person can play in the formation that we believe that Chelle is going to use, sitting behind the two strikers in front. He will definitely know how to bring up the transition play, collect the ball from the midfield. And from time to time, he can drop in. But if we keep on saying, let's play safe, he will play safe. And at the end of the game, we will lose the whole game. We will lose the World Cup.
Can I ask a question to Uche? Sorry.
Yeah.
You know, I know saying your namesake, but my question is like with all honesty, okay, quickly. Do you watch Chrysanthus Uche play?
Yeah, I do.
Honesty. Okay, so
yes, I do.
This thing that you just said about picking the ball from midfield and transitioning to attack, does he do it at Getafe?
Yeah, because at Getafe, wait, hold on. At Getafe, he plays like the what's his name, as an 8, right? So he drives with the ball. He drives with the ball. So he usually drifts into the 7. Sometimes he drifts into the 11.
Yeah.
If you notice his game, sometimes he drifts into the 11, drifts into the 7. Sometimes he comes back and plays like an 8. But usually, I think is what's his name? What's the name of this? Yidim, that where's he from? Turkish, the Turkish guy. The Turkish guy is always up front.
Okay, but
except sometimes he will. Sometimes and most times he comes into the box.
The specific thing that I'm asking about is that use case that you mentioned of picking the ball up and driving, because he doesn't do that. He drifts wide, yes, he drifts to both sides. When he gets possession, he tries to push his team forward. He holds the play up well. But that specific use case, which is something that we lack, he doesn't do it. So for me, again,
but if you notice those games that he played as a midfielder, I even at a point I heard the commentator say that like he's more comfortable playing in the midfield.
No doubt.
So that means the first. Okay, let me give a typical example. Like remember Fabregas. When Fabregas was in Barcelona, he was the first 9. That was like his first time of trying it. Even when they went for World Cup,
he hated it up to this moment.
He hated it, right? But eventually, when he went back to Chelsea and they drifted him back to the deep playing midfielder, because it's his natural habitat, he could do it properly. And I feel like even with what's his name, Uche, because Uche is, if you watch his game, he's not a scorer. He's not someone that you expect to put the ball inside the net. Like the last game, you could see that he was even the one dropping the ball down. He won't be the one, like, it won't seem like maybe hit a shot that you see, okay, you classify as a striker shot. But he will always be there supporting or probably driving or even picking up the ball. Like you see him picking up the ball from the middle.
Sorry.
So
let me just
I feel like that's
on this point. Sorry. sorry, let me just say. The reality of it is, I hear what you are saying. I hear it about being his natural position. But in professional football, the man has only played in midfield twice. 2 games in professional football. I cannot judge him based on what he was doing in semi-pro. If that's the case, even myself, I used to be a fantastic defender. Call me up. If that's the case. So for me, I understand what he did when he was semi-pro. I understand that his natural position is midfield. But we see it all the time. Nobody is going to call Osai Samuel today as a winger. His natural position is to play wing, but nobody is going to call him up as a winger. He's either a fullback or nothing because he has been relegated, quote unquote, to a fullback. So that's the same way I look at Uche. His natural position is midfield, but if you are playing every week in attack, how do I now justify and say, no, 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 but when he was a semi-pro, he was a midfielder, so he can do the job? That's just the part that I think he needs to play more in midfield for us to really justify it.
But what about when Kevin De Bruyne, just Pep started using him as a deep line playmaker? It was. I remember it was a winger in Chelsea, and
It was even a winger at Wolfsburg.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a winger at Wolfsburg.
And a lot of people don't know, if you remember the Nigeria game against Sudan in Omdurman, in the World Cup qualifier in 2001. Finidi George, our right winger, played in the. Olise was injured then. He played as a deep line playmaker. My days, see passes. See that day, that he said when I did Port Harcourt, I did play midfield. People don't know, so he was playing as a amateur midfielder, but we knew him as a what? As a winger. So
no, but see,
it
doesn't mean that Uche will not do well if he
it
plays.
doesn't mean
It does, but see, skill set is the most important thing. A lot of coaches today, they will play you in whatever position based on where they think your skill set can match up. And for me, if the coach feels like he has the skill set for what he needs, fine, he will call him up. I know the coach. My own is that Nigerians should just be patient. If he make mistake, if he no play good game, people should not cast him away. That's my main thing.
So I want to bring our own conversation, but I want Chris to say a few things about what they've mentioned. Talk about the Ekong first. Then what they just discussing quickly, Chris.
For Ekong, the Ekong and Omero debate, like Ayoti said, man, if you have won a trophy for your national team and also playing in the final of that, tournament, I don't think it is fair for you to compare him to someone that went to the final and didn't win it. You understand? So just that alone has put Omero on a different level above Ekong. Not saying that Ekong is not hasn't done well for Nigeria. He has done well for us.
Yeah.
But I mean, he scored in the final also. Yeah. But just that lifting that trophy alone, man, for me, Omero is there.
So Uche, this is your first time of joining. Fantastic conversation. Now, when I saw Chris and Uche, I was saying because I saw Chris Santos, Uche, so I was like,
the full player with that.
The full player with that. So I was like, say Chris, Uche, I did confused, because the two of you, share the same name with him too. But for me, somebody want to cause one that's more here. I'm just ask that question. Say, I will take Uche. Before I bring him, our guy is waiting. I said, I will take Uche Santos over Alassane Yusuf. I know your team will not sure and the rest.
The only defense I have for Alassane Yusuf is the fact that he has actually played in midfield as a professional for many years. That's the only defense. I understand why people might not want Alassane Yusuf, but for me, that's the only thing I would say. Somebody that has played there for his professional career over somebody that has played there 2 matches.
Yeah, you say. So, Uche, final take. I just want to bring somebody on. F1 where they just where just come limelight. Austin is F1 will just come limelight.
That's why I said is recency bias.
So, okay, Uche, quickly. Let me just hear from you. Then I'll bring Chris Patrick on. So, Uche, you just unmute yourself, and they have already. Some people agree with you. about the Ekong matter. But for me, I just think that is where it's very balanced than the way we think about it, in my opinion. Because all of these two guys, both of them don't have bad games for Nigeria before. Because I remember the game between South Africa and Nigeria in Uyo. That one way stop from qualifying for the AFCON 2015. I remember that one.
2015, yeah.
I remember that one. And I remember the number one Fesiwe Kosam. But I don't mention it. So we also seen Ekong too, So for me, I just think that it's closer than the way people think. People didn't know that Ekong played under the late coach Stephen Keshi. I don't know, maybe it was 2015 that he made his debut. So if Ekong should leave national team next year, Ekong will have played 11 years. For Nigeria. That is fantastic. I think Ekong is having more caps than Taribo West. More caps than Taribo West. More caps than majority. And sorry, before you go, Uche, and I will ask you to comment to and Chris, and we're going to bring somebody on now. I want to ask this question. Ekong announced it that that might be my last AFCON. But why is it difficult for some players to retire? Let me just ask for Uche. That some players cannot even announce that they want to go. Let me ask
I feel like I feel like it's they don't love their country so much like that, and I feel maybe because of the extra codes that
it's being selfish. Are being selfish?
Yeah, it's very, very, very selfish. I think especially when you see when you know that your legs have given in, and probably and most times we have to tell ourselves the truth. Most of these players that were groomed at home didn't use their actual age. Let's not like ourselves. So most of them didn't use. I don't want to start mentioning names, but we know people that.
No, you can't mention them because you are not their father.
Yeah, so
because you're not there with the so yeah.
But their legs are showing us that they can't. Actually, and sometimes it's because they probably have godfathers over there, and so they wouldn't want to drop their shoes or drop it when the ovation is high. Yeah. And so they keep on playing and playing and playing. Assuming they use their re-age, it would have been better. But I feel like we need a place where, like, especially this particular coach that is coming in, we can just read them off the team.
Yeah.
If he can take them off the team, it will be better for us.
Yeah. Okay. So thank you, Uche. So I will be waiting for you to join next week too. Fantastic contribution, fantastic conversation. Thank you for actually joining, and I like the back and forth between you and.
Let me always enter your team for Twitter.
Oh,
okay.
Which account is that? Waiting for your account.
Nah, I think Soti Uchechukwu Soti Dero Neko something like that.
Okay. All right, Uche. See you. I will see you again next week. So thank you.
Sorry, can I say something?
Yeah.
So for people that are saying Ekong won Olympics bronze, no achievement is a bad achievement, But let's not forget, Olympics is an underage tournament. Olympics is an underage tournament. It does not count towards what you did for the Super Eagles. We are talking about their Super Eagles. We are talking about their Super Eagles careers. So I don't count Olympics. It's not Super Eagles.
So you think that that achievement during the Olympics means nothing?
I didn't say it means nothing. It means nothing if we're talking about Super Eagles, because it is not Super Eagles. Osimhen won under 17. So does that add to his Super Eagles career? No. What you do in Super Eagles is different. So that's what I'm saying. Olympics is not Super Eagles.
So, Sam, you don't hear that already. So, and before this one got nice to actually see you again, because the other channel, I don't know what happened. We're still on it, but we're here now. So, Mr. Patrick, can you hear me? Mr.
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you.
Okay.
I didn't see the stage. I thought you have left Gant TV because I saw you in Channels TV analyzing football from Manchester. I said, me, this guy don't live. So I know you. I just was surprised because I was most people that were in the other station. Even I know Kayode Olugare, who was a very football, was also was wiped out. So I was surprised. I don't know what happened. But I'm happy that you are back now after some time.
Yeah.
So
okay. So before your contribution, Mr. Kingsley, let me just hear from Chris. Chris, I know that do you have any other contribution before I bring caller? Just final thought before I bring caller. So
what I wanted to
I know that you have watched the South Africa versus Mali game very well, and you saw exactly what Eric Chelle actually did for South Africa in the second half. But okay, let me just ask you this question there. Chris, do you think that is justified for somebody to just come out and lambast this guy, despite that he's never even coached Nigeria before, like never even do anything? Do you think it's just fair?
No, for me, I always feel like Nigerians always overdo things. Like we don't have we don't know when to stop or limit. We just, want to keep going and going and going. Like this guy hasn't even played coach one game, nothing, and everybody's just going at him. And if you take some time to watch his games, you understand that he's not just some guy that they just found somewhere and said, because most of the things they're saying that NFL don't see person where they go use do money laundering. And you say these things without even taking time to go look at this man's work, to go look at the team that he coached recently and see what he has done. No, they don't go look for these things. And the annoying part is that most of these people that say these things are people that call themselves sports journalists. Like, how can you call yourself a sports journalist and you don't take time to do research? NFL just announced that this guy is the coach, and the first thing you did was put on your ring lights and started saying abomination, this and that. Like, what? And the whole video, you have not said anything about the team he coached last, what he has done, nothing. The only thing you're focused on is that how can a whole Nigeria hire someone from Mali? Like, what does that have to do with anything, bro? Like, what does that have to do with anything? Looking down on him because of the fact that he's from Mali or what? We have Nigerians that have gone to places that we are not even supposed to be there, and we gone into that place and had an appointment in high position in places that we were not supposed to be there. We don't see people them coming out and saying, "Oh, this guy's Nigerian. What's he doing here? Go back to your God." We don't see things like that. But for us, we always want to do stuff like this, and then we get angry when South Africans do the same thing to us.
Sorry, probably I'll say something, just a comment. I want to respond to that before I bring caller. He said that no tackle Finidi. Say why they don't go tackle this man. So just respond to that, Chris.
No, for Finidi, I mean, like the thing for me, the thing with Finidi is that the reason why I didn't have any try to give Finidi a chance was that he has been there. He has been with the team for how many years? He was assistant coach for how many years? You understand? It wasn't as if we just hired him from nowhere and he's getting to meet the team for the first time, and then we can say, okay, let's give him time. But you have been with the team for how long? And the time when you were being appointed as the assistant, what do you call it? The main coach. You played friendlies. You had friendlies to test whatever you want to do. And after the friendlies, and what happened? There was no change. There was nothing. You were playing the same formation that, something I'm saying, there's nothing you can say about Finidi. And also, Finidi did not even help himself. Because all those interviews he was doing, saying things that didn't happen.
No, I think communication. I think
exactly, that's what I'm saying.
I think this man, despite this man cannot speak English, I think communication. I think is well trained communicating than Finidi. For me, I just think that in that case, maybe probably Finidi does not really have that media thing.
And
like
I think that is the issue that most Nigerian coaches have. They don't know how to communicate. And that's the reason why most times you see them when they get a job, they have issues with the team.
But Eguavoen is
fallout.
good with communication.
You said?
Eguavoen is good with communication.
Eguavoen is good, and you can tell why you can see that the players like him, and the reason why he's still there. But some of these guys, they don't know how to communicate, and that's the reason why when they give them a job, the next thing you see, they are fighting with this one, they are fighting with this person, they are fighting with this person, and so you can't really blame the NFF. You understand? So that's just all I have to say. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you, Chris.
And
See you again next
week.
Thank you. Fantastic contribution. Thank you. Yeah. So, Mr. Kingsley, nice to actually have you. When the other channel had issues, I was like looking for ways to contact you. That I don't just know how to actually get you, but now it's nice that you actually finally actually here. So, Kola also welcome you. So, Mr. Kingsley, your contribution, yes.
Yeah. So, in terms of Eric Chelle, so many people have so many things about his appointment, but people don't go to record. When Stephen Keshi took over, Stephen Keshi was sacked in 2001, 2002 with Amadou Shaibu late and Jericho. And then he went on that 20. He failed. Despite that, he didn't have any CV. In Ethiopia. Despite that, the Furo Yedema, the son of Gasim Yedema, still went and appointed Keshi as a coach of Togo. And without experience, the Togolese wanted Otto Fixa, because Otto Fixa won under 17 Ghana in 1991, led Ghana to finals of Senegal 92 AFCON, and they got saved after a long penalty. So they wanted Otto Fixa, but Keshi unexpectedly qualified them for the World Cup in a group that has Senegal and Algeria. And despite that, so when Keshi went to AFCON and he had this problem, Sheyi Adebayo, they sacked Keshi and brought that same Otto Fixa. And Otto Fixa performed so badly, despite Otto Fixa is one of the coaches that has 10, 12 page CVs. So if you are looking for 10, 12, 15 page CV, go out to check Otto Fixa. But he failed woefully in Togo, and then Keshi back. The same Keshi they were. So sometimes people that don't have big CV tend to perform where the chiefs are down. I also remember Kwesi Appiah was sacked in Ghana. The same Kwesi Appiah went to Sudan and qualified them now for AFCON 2025.
Sorry, Mr. Kingsley, I want to also make one point. When Genetro came to Nigeria, he was coaching Niger before. Why do you talk say a Niger coach coaching Nigeria, a coach from Gabon?
Yeah. So these are things because people don't know. People just open their mouth and say, if it is good, why is it not in Mali? But sometimes, okay, look at why did they sack him? This, that, this, which it is neither here or there. Even this guy, this coach that led Chelsea in the Champions League 2012, he didn't have any CV. In fact, he coached Metenkes and West Brom. He was sacked in Metenkes. He went to West Brom. He was sacked West Brom. They employed him to lead. Chelsea was 3-1 down against Napoli. Napoli had Edison Cavani from Uruguay.
Yes.
They
that
employed
is,
him at the peak. Matteo. So Di Matteo beat the return leg. They beat Napoli 4-1, qualified, and met Barcelona in the semi-final Champions League. He beat Barcelona, out Barcelona after 2-2 draw in New Camp, and then faced Bayern in the finals. And Bayern then was playing the finals at Allianz Arena, home of Bayern, and they won on penalties. So he won Champions League. This is somebody that doesn't have any CV. He went and won Champions League. This is the same Champions League that Mourinho could not win. Mourinho has big CV. These Benitez could not win Champions League. He won Europa Cup. Villas and even Conte and all the big names, big coaches that Chelsea has employed. Then you also look at this guy, Pep Guardiola. What a CV did Pep Guardiola had before he took over Barcelona team? The same thing with Zidane. Zidane didn't have any CV. He confided in Madrid that won 3 consecutive Champions League. 3, and nobody has breaking that record to win it 3 consecutively. So people that are saying that Eric Chelle, I saw somebody the other day, he was saying that the club he coached in Algeria, that they played 12 matches, they won 6, lost 6, that the 6 or 5 they won was just home matches only. They didn't win. And when he's going to coach Nigeria, they still win. They will face away matches. So, but one thing I know for football mathematics. So if you try to use mathematics in football, you will fail. I remember 1994, France was with Finland, Israel, Sweden in the same group with 2 matches to go. France just did a draw in just one of the home matches. They lost to 3-2 in Paris. This is the same year they beat 4-0 in Tel Aviv. And then the next week was against Bulgaria. So they lost again. This is a match they just need a draw. The 2 home matches, just play a draw in one of the home matches. They lost to Israel 3-2 the next week against Bulgaria. Bulgaria shocked them in Paris 2-1 and qualified for US 94 World Cup. So if people think that because Nigeria can still qualify, if depending, although I didn't like the time this guy came in because he didn't have time to, they could have, removed the Guapon earlier so that he could have come and, because it's always difficult for you to come in a match situation. Sometimes, if you are not in the for you to, I remember Rigobert's song when they sack Consensus, what is this coach, this Portuguese coach, they brought Rigobert's song. Rigobert, when he entered that match, the first match was home match against Algeria in the World Cup playoff. He lost in Yaoundé. Then the return leg in Algeria, he went and beat Algeria in Algeria because that first one, the players couldn't understand themselves. They struggled. Sometimes they still need to give the coach the benefit of doubt because you don't expect somebody, even Westerhoff, that people are saying, Westerhoff lost to Cameroon. We were topping the group with 2 points. Our last match was against Cameroon in Yaoundé. Westerhoff made mistake.
Sorry, let me just sorry, Zakisli, let me just hold you on that, just on that Westerhoff this thing. If you are going to Yaoundé for a World Cup ticket against a Cameroon team that you just lost to in the final of the AFCON. So they were in the final of the AFCON in 86. They won it in 84.
In 88.
They
were final 84, 86, 88. They won in 84 and 88. Or they were still in the finals 86. They lost on penalties to
I think to Egypt.
On penalties.
Egypt, 86. So for me, I just think that it's a big, there home advantage was very big.
I agree with you that the match we lost was against Gabon in Libreville, losing that match 2-1, and we opened scoring through Samson only to lose that match. That's my assessment because I didn't expect them actually to go to Yaoundé. And
no, because we already beat them in Ibadan.
They gave a boy with red card that day.
Yes, they gave a boy with red card. I think he went to retaliate on foul like that.
And this guy died. David Ngodega could have died in that match. They wounded him just for a few minutes to the match and he was unconscious. They carried him with stretcher. He was bleeding. It was fat. The condition affected them because already Okwaraji had against Angola.
Died.
So
Against
and Angola and David Bodiga goalkeeper was wounded. So they removed him and brought in Aloy Agwu, and Aloy Agwu was that was his first senior debut, and then they brought him under that condition, So and these people,
So, let me just ask this question to IoT. Also, hold on a sec. I'm still gonna come back to you, IoT. Probably say that we need person when no sabi speak English. That do you think? I want to know in communication. Speaking
that,
English.
I don't.
Let's IoT just answer. I'll come to you too.
Okay. Even our dear Egbon Austin that left that comment, he knows well, even more than us, that communication is not by the language that you are speaking, or it's not just by the language that you are speaking. The reality of it is somebody can speak entirely in Spanish, and by the time I translate it, I connect more with that person than somebody that comes and speaks 1 hour in English and tells me a whole lot of nothing. So again, we know that Finidi, I'm just going to say, like, from the first interview that he went to go and do, that he said, oh, formation does not matter, this thing. Again, communication, you can pass that same message in a different way. Because I know he wasn't trying to say that formation doesn't matter. That's not what he really meant, if you understand what I'm saying. But when you just come out and say blatantly like that, without giving people additional context, that's where issues start to arise. That's bad communication. So I know even Austin knows that it's not just by language. He's just joking with us.
Yeah, I actually would agree with you. Let me just welcome my man.
Okay.
So sorry, Mr. Kingsley, let me just welcome Kola, and I'm coming to you very soon now. Kola, thank you for always reading. I know that you joined late. I don't mark register finish before you join. So thank you, Kola. Kola, can you hear me, Kola?
Yeah, I can hear you.
So any contribution from you? Contribution?
First, let me just reply, Mr. Austin. Egbo Austin, see, let's be sincere. I don't think the language really matters. IoT have said it all. It's all about, you can even attend a class. A lecturer will take the whole 5 hours to teach you. At the end of the day, you won't understand anything. And a lecturer will come in, we take you 30 minutes, and you understand everything they teach you. So it's not about the communication. At the end of the day, Filindi, because I even saw one thing today, one post today, whereby Filindi said, I didn't know, maybe he said it or he doesn't say it. It was one blogger that said it, that Filindi said in NFL, they try to give you a player that you must play the player. If you don't play the player, it's going to be a war between you and them. So because I could remember Smith Lai tackled that they should not employ Filindi. I remember that very well. That Smith Lai was just against him. Adedotu was against him. A lot of people was against him, that Filindi doesn't know anything. He's going to fail, that we shouldn't trust him. And at the end of the day, he actually failed. So, and one thing, we African, we have this problem. When it is us, we black to black, we don't appreciate it. We rather go and bring it the slave master. So this mentality of the slavery is still up there, which I'm not in support of. And to be sincere, I said it. I don't think this is the right time to, like, bringing in the man this time is kind of it's dicey, because they could have just employed him and he might not have taken charge of the game, but be with the team. Let you go and just finish up the thing then, but still be with the team, already trying to understand each of the player. So by this time, be able to put things in order, because the first match is going to be very dicey. But I believe he will put things in places and he's going to win, because if he doesn't win that match, people will call for his head. And especially those people that has an agenda against the man, that doesn't want the man, they want their own person to be in charge. It's going to be a serious problem. I hope and I pray he wins and he qualifies all. And in time of Troost-Ekong, I would say he's not there with Stevie Keshin, Skipo, Christian Chukwu, because but he had this leadership this thing, this leadership skill.
Sorry,
He
when
knows.
Troost-Ekong played there, football wasn't professional then.
No, I'm not. No, see, let's give honor to who honor is due
I
to.
know. Fantastic man,
So
chairman
yeah,
himself.
so and he has delivered. Whenever Nigeria is in a tight situation, they always call on him with Amadu, and they always deliver. They bail us
No, as a
out.
coach then, not as a player.
Yeah, no, I'm just trying to. No, I'm just trying to have that. Then Stevie Keshin, yes. I think with Taribo West, not 9. No, Taribo West is ahead of him. But after Taribo West, Okechukwu Uche, then I can pick him. But no, he's ahead of, to me, in my own opinion, I think he's ahead of Yobu. He's ahead of Yobu. I think because, yes, that is to me, in my own opinion, I think he's ahead of Yobo in time of leadership. He has these leadership things, and I love the way he handled the leadership skill. So there's some people, there may be a captain, but they may not have the leadership skill. They may not have it, but this one, he has all the quality. And I also respect him for saying that after this Nations Cup, he's calling it quits. That is what we call.
No, after if we qualify for the World Cup,
when the ovation is loud, you leave when the ovation is loud. It's not at the end of the day, not like Omurabi Omeru that refused to leave the national team. That doesn't want to. That,
but he's still playing in Turkey.
That doesn't mean you've been there for ages now. It's time to. We don't need you. We don't need you. Give the other people chance. Give the other people chances. Let them grow. Because he's tired now. If you remember the Nigeria-Argentina match,
that is
when Messi that long pass, Messi, you can see the way like the guy Messi, you can see the way Messi run past him. So I respect this guy for saying that. So because he wants to give other legs, new faces, chances. We need to build a team. We need to build, we need to develop. So he's trying to give room for people to grow for the new generation. But some people believe the super ego is their birthright, which is not like that.
It's not right. Okay. Paula, that is a very wonderful and a fantastic actually contribution. But for me, I just think that the influence that William Troost-Ekong actually was, the influence. I know that these 2-3 years, the influence is having on that team is just tremendous. That especially is very popular among the dominants, in that first team. I'm talking about the Oyibo boys. They call them the inner boys. So for me, I just think it's like fantastic personality, and I like him. Before I actually let you go, Paula, I want to just ask you one question. Ask you a question. Do you see Ekong as a future NFF president?
If we can have people like that, why not? We can, because people like that are going to put things in places. They already know what is going on. So, yes. But I see him as a writer that is going to write book. Someone that is going to write book. I know he's going to write book. Writer, but in time of you never can tell if they are going to give him the chance.
Do you think they can get like someone like a Midfield being NFL president? Do you think some people can withstand that?
That's the problem. That's until we let go of tribalism. until let go of tribalism, that is when we are going to get it right.
And that thing, this one is not football. Do you think he can be governor of his state too?
Why not? Why not?
I just think that he's very close to the big people, very connected people.
Why not? There is another that said that we only know his way. So I think he will go into politics. I think he will go into politics. And if he does with the right parties, he will win.
Before I let you go, who do you think will have a better chance of being NFF president between Ahmed Musa and William Ekong? I think it's closer, because I think that Musa is not going to coaching as long as Ekong.
The game is, this is it. If politics aside, Ekong will win. But with politics, Ahmed Musa.
Okay, Kola, fantastic contribution from you guys. As soon as they get the list, what's it called, the date of the Rwanda game comes out, we start looking at what's going to come up there. Kola, thank you. That's a very good contribution, Kola. Thank you. So, Mr. Kingsley, you were trying to say a few things to what IOC actually was said. I want to say some things on it, then we start wrapping it up.
Yeah, what I wanted to say was language, which I feel that is not a barrier. I remember when Pochettino came to Southampton.
Yes.
Pochettino does not understand any common English, and he did very well with Pochettino, with Southampton. He discovered money that came from there. Van Dijk was from there, and so many other high-profile players worked under him, and they did very well. He doesn't understand any English, but he's doing well, and now he's coaching the United States national team. So, but this was somebody I knew when he came to Premiership. He didn't understand any, and I remember when Keshi moved to Stade Abidjan, they made captain. Meanwhile, he doesn't understand English, and they did a club captain, and they did very well. Came to finals of the FA Cup before African Sports bought him, and then look at it. President came to watch Ivory Coast League. He saw Keshi and took him from from Ivory Coast to Lokeren. So sometimes you don't need to really speak the language. I think football has its own language, so you don't necessarily need to speak the language before you can impart. So that's the way. As for people say he doesn't understand English, I don't think that is a barrier.
Yeah. I don't think that should be a
because
barrier.
he will still have an interpreter. He will still have an interpreter. When Bobby Robson went to Barcelona, Bobby Robson didn't understand English. He was passing through Mourinho. Mourinho was his interpreter.
Yes. Mourinho was his interpreter. So
Mourinho was his interpreter.
The crazy part of this whole thing is that the man speaks English.
Yeah.
Maybe he doesn't speak English as good as you and I, but he speaks English. He can communicate in English. So I don't even know why people are bringing up language. He can speak English. It's as simple as that.
Yeah. I want to ask you this question before
he even forgets some players for camp. We even speak English pass.
Yes.
So let's not get into that.
Let me just ask you this question, IoT. I got this comment when I was talking about the Musa and Ekong debate. So I said Musa, of course, is another more Nigerian, can you see, than Ekong.
So for me, I think I don't agree with this comment. The reason why Ahmed Musa can become NFF president ahead of Ekong is not because he's from the north. It's not because he is more Nigerian. It is because he is Ahmed Musa. Ahmed Musa has built a legacy in Nigeria, both with his work on the field and his work off the field. He has connected with people. He has built a network. He has made an impact. It is not about whether he is from the north. If Ekong has done half of what Musa has done, he will have a better chance too. He has not up to half of what Musa has done. So let's not use northern or let's not use more Nigerian. It is because Ahmed Musa has left a legacy. Simple as that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I agree because I remember when Kingsley Obiekwu was struggling.
He paid, I think he gave money.
Kingsley Obiekwu gave you 1 million or 2 million to pay him. I remember then. Actually, he has
even if there's a fire in a place, you will see Musa there already. It might not be the flashy guy, but and when you say a court following in Nigeria, Ahmed Musa.
Musa, they do more than some state governors for Nigeria.
It does a lot of charity, which is I've not seen Ekong do any charity.
No, Ekong has his foundation that is doing stuff. But
I
it's
know,
not on
but
the
I've not
it's not
seen
on the
him
same
like
level.
Kanu One Workhouse Foundation, like other people, money and other people that build hospital.
Mm.
I made to see that, but I've
Mm.
seen Musa, from my own,
Listen. Yeah,
follow. Yeah.
Musa is big in Nigeria, honestly. So let me just say, I'm going to take that comment off. So let me just welcome my brother from Birmingham. When he's afternoon that he's already going to bed. Uh, so I'm also, you're going to be the last caller today. Let
Okay.
me just ask you your contribution quickly, then I'll take final thoughts from everyone. Yeah.
Yeah. Good evening, everyone.
Good
First
evening.
up, I'm going to say I think we should not compare all of them in terms of say legendary or no legendary. Every one of them have done their bit for Super Eagles, and we should just let them just stay in their box of legendary column like that. We should not compare
So everybody
everybody.
can be a legend.
I mean,
Do you think they've done enough?
if you have
Okay,
done
go ahead.
enough, you are a legend. Martins is a legend, but they don't
It's a
compare him
legend?
to.
It's a
Martins
legend?
is a legend if you want it or not. Like
What did he do?
IoT said,
What did he?
sorry, like IoT said,
What?
in Nigeria we don't necessarily win laurels all the time. So laurels does not define you as a legend in Nigeria. If you are talking of legend, then Bruce Van Zekken is a legend. He was a keeper and under 20. He won silver. Yeah. But I mean, you can't just say it like that. You have to be. You have been there for years and years, and you have done something. We see you every match day. And you make us happy.
Okay,
You
let me
that's
just say, sorry, I want to just ask you just to contribute something. Or this is something that if they want to call you a legend in that country, the way you define it, they say that you must do what others have not done before.
Yes, that's supposed to be the way it is. But for a country like Nigeria, let's understand our position in football. We are not a laurel winning country like that, like that. We are just like England, always deceiving ourselves. It's coming home, but it never comes home. But at the end of the day, they still have legends that never won any cup. So let's just leave them like that.
Okay. Okay,
Sorry,
for
it's
example
like
now.
I'll just say if it is by doing something that has never been done, then only a handful of people would actually be called legend.
Yeah.
Yeah,
If it's by that, only a
Yeah.
yeah,
handful of people.
yeah.
Mhm, mhm.
So I mean, I'll be happy to call this my Akwa Ibom brother a legend. I'll be happy to call him like this other previous caller said. He said it's better than Yobo. No, that's why I'm saying let these people stay in their own column. Yobo is no. Let's not forget. Then the other thing I'm going to focus on what IoT said, saying some lecturers teach you for this time. I'm going to give you a quick example. A bit funny though. Back in uni, I used to fail chemistry. I failed till I was in 400 level. And then me and my gangs that we used to fail. When I was in 400 level, I was taking the chemistry course until 400 level. Then they brought this American lecturer. He was a Google scholar and all that. But the other lecturers we used to have, with all these professor from offer. I'm sorry for people that are from offer.
Okay.
They have accent, they are easy to communicate, and everybody enjoys it. But the minute this American guy came in, bro, I got a B. So it's just that he was able to communicate, but someone that was speaking my own accent, I don't understand it. It just go.
Yeah. Yeah.
So Chile might be able to communicate. The point is he knows his job. It's just
Yeah.
the way English is like that. He can just come in and just say a few things. Proper player will grab what he wants and get the job done.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, so thank you. It was a fantastic contribution, and that joke you cracked in between was very lovely.
Yeah.
Because communication, I know that Austin knows this thing, but he was just trying to put an argument out for our legend 94 that we should not just I understand. See, me, I like to think about that time too. That's why the movie of Nigeria 94, I like to watch it a lot because
And then sorry, but I feel the pain of all these our elderly ones. Like this my uncle, yeah, seated here on the he probably was watching me AFCON 94. I was probably 4 or 5 years. So me, I don't care about those people. Those people are too hypocritical. They should
Yeah,
understand the position of football now that
yeah,
it has changed. You
yeah,
can't keep living in that year.
yeah. Yeah. I understand. And Mr. Kingsley, I know that it's been a lot of time we've what add here, but let me just ask you just a few questions about this. We discussed about the Guavon, the last time the whole thing actually what went on, we discussed about the Guavon and
Yeah.
everything. Some people still argue that is it because he's a Nigerian? That's why he didn't get this job. Do you think he just inherited it? Because that's the arguments people are trying to put out there. Just say a few things about it there, we just
I think people can come and say things they don't know history. If you stand against them, you see they don't have any point. They're just saying what people are saying. Iguavon, if you trace his track record before you can say somebody is a good coach, you go through his track record. From that track record, you can easily predict, just like when Man City was lose up to 7 matches. People still have confidence that Pep Guardiola back, and then he has bounced back. So if you trace Iguavon started from under 17. This is under 17. Nigeria has won. Won 5. They won 85, won 2000 and 1999. Won 2013,
85, 93,
93, 2013, 2015, and up to 3 or 4 times finalists.
2007 too.
Yeah, 2000 no 2007. So
7.
more than 5 times, if I'm not mistaken, 3 or 4 times finalist. The same under 17. Other coaches that didn't even play professional. Iguavon could not even come out of the group stage. He couldn't even come out of the group stage. Okay, they say, they tried him in the under 23 Olympics. He went he could not qualify us for London Olympics. This is the same Olympics we won gold in Atlanta, silver in Beijing, and the bronze in Rio. He couldn't even qualify us from Africa. From Africa,
Yes.
and the annoying thing was it Gabon or Senegal and knock us out. Then they said, they came to Super Eagles. 2006, we couldn't qualify for Germany. 2006 World Cup in Germany under Iguavon. They brought him back again 2022. Last playoff that Genedro has already qualified us for last. Okay.
Yeah, I want to just to add this thing to it, because the argument I gave was that if you are playing Rwanda twice this year and you play them, if you play them twice, you only got 1 point out of 6. If you are an employer too, you will look for the hammer, because you already failed the audition. That's my take. So
the issue is that keeping it to me itself. If Nigeria is a country that is organized, somebody like a Guavon shouldn't have even come back the second time, because he was in the last World Cup. Genedro has qualified us for the last round of the playoffs against Ghana. The same thing and the people were arguing they gave him that job newly. Otto Addo was given that same job. He qualified Ghana, a Ghana that came last in their group, in the AFCON. Comoros knocked them out. Rigobert Song was given that job for the first time, and he qualified Cameroon against Algeria, strong Algerian team. He lost at home and went away and won.
That was the end of the Nigeria.
Yes. So I don't even know the argument. So when people are saying the Guavon, because it's good to know somebody's track record before you can say, you can even predict, this guy we qualify or this guy will not qualify.
Yeah,
I don't want to talk about other clubs, teams, Sunshine Stars, other teams that he did very well and he did very bad. That he did badly. I'm just talking Nigerian national team. So his track record does not even suggest
that
he's the
issue.
best man to lead us.
Yeah.
And since they appointed this guy,
Mm-hmm.
Hugo Bruce has been
Mm-hmm.
quiet. Before,
Yes.
Hugo Bruce was making noise that
He
for
has been
Nigeria
making a lot of mouth.
qualify,
It's not quiet.
it's like climbing the Kilimanjaro mountain.
Yeah.
That like for Nigeria to qualify for 2026 is like climbing Kilimanjaro mountain that he is going to reside if Nigeria, if he didn't qualify. But since they have appointed this guy, I've been monitoring. He has not said anything. He know that the guy beat him in AFCON.
Is the only coach that outplayed Hugo Bruce since he was this coach of South Africa.
Yes.
He's the only coach that totally outplayed him in everything. That taught him. You know, first half, Hugo Bruce did his thing, but second half, when he changed it for Hugo Bruce, he changed him fully. So he destroyed him. This coach and the coach of Morocco, what's that guy?
Yes.
Wadi. So, you know, for me, you know, we're going to be looking at the build up to it. People say that, World qualifier is next year. Now, it's less than 2 months. So, people say, we don't need coach.
Although we need to still pray because the way it stands, it's not, you know, these things are automatic. You need prayers. You need God to pray.
Prayers. So
I remember in 2001 when they sacked Bonfrey Joe and brought in Keshi,
and Amodu.
You know, that match was God that was on our side. First of all, when we are about to play, we played Sudan. The match was supposed to be played in the afternoon. They brought the match in the evening, so the sun, because that place was very hot. And then secondly, Ghana went to Liberia and beat Liberia. That was what gave us, because Liberia was stopping that group, and the Liberia, Ghana, and Ghana, and nobody expected Ghana to go to Liberia and win. You know, because Ghana was like the whipping team in that group, and the Ghana went to Liberia and won, and that was what made our 4-0 against Sudan. You know, in reality. So we need to pray. It's not like I appointed Chile. It's not automatic. We need to pray. I remember those days we used to play North Africans. In the church, put it in prayers. The mass like this, people are praying for us to be successful, because you don't know what to expect. You can win your matches and the other people we win, and then you see that what you have won is is inconsequential. So in as much as I'm happy with appointment of Eric Chelle, we also need prayers this time. To just do our own work, and then pray that the other people will fumble, and then we win.
To be honest, if we win all our games, I don't think we need any prayers, because
but you winning all your games, that is also not going to be an easy game, because
then we can't use prayer to win the
because
games.
you can come that day, the Eliche will be shouting at the players and they give you a red card. What 3-match ban? What will happen? And you saw when Westerhoff was giving red card against Ghana. So, and you can come there, Eliche will be directly shouting at his one, and the referee just give you a red card. He has already, so that's why I say you need prayers. So what I mean prayers is for God of soccer to be on your side.
So let me just give you this one before we
wrap it up.
Before we wrap it up. This, when Mr. Kisi was saying something about the qualifier. This was the qualifier in 2001.
Yeah.
So we have played 5 games, 5-5. We have Liberia stopping with 12 points, Sudan 9 points, Nigeria 7 points, Ghana 4 points, Sierra Leone, don't forget about Sierra Leone, 3 points.
Yeah.
We had to play, we have to play 3 games. We need to win all 3 games. And we are 5 points behind what?
Behind Liberia.
So this game, we needed to play Liberia once. We needed to play Sudan away from home and Ghana in the last game. We were so fortunate that we went to Sudan to beat Sudan. So that's why I say that it's very important beating people in front of you. We beat Sudan.
Yes.
We got 10 points. It's still on 9.
And then Ghana beats Liberia.
Ghana now beats.
You
So
know,
then
that was where the thing favored us.
Favored us. So what I say is that see,
because if Liberia has also beaten Ghana as expected, so considering they are beating them at home, it could have been the 4-0 could have been consequential. Yeah.
This situation is not new to Nigeria. That's why people are talking about we should give up. We should give up. See,
no, you don't give up. If Bulgaria has given up in 1994, when France, how many points was France topping Bulgaria? So but Bulgaria fought until the last day and qualified ahead of France.
Look at Nigeria against Kenya. Nigeria against Kenya.
Yes.
We were meant to go and beat Kenya in 2009. And we're hoping that Tunisia will not beat Mozambique. So there are some things there. See,
that you cannot.
The only time that
football is,
this one is even more straightforward for Nigeria than all these ones. This one we only have 3 games to play. 3 games left to play. 3 games left to play. This one, see, that's why I told people that ask questions. I'm going to wrap up by saying this thing. Ask questions.
What you are saying is good, because I don't like people saying that the thought that we forget about the World Cup.
No. I don't subscribe to that. I want to say something about asking questions.
Can happen.
Yes. Asking questions. What did they do in this situation? What did they do? That's why I say that don't just sit down, ask questions. What these players did. You know what they did? These players went to go and meet somewhere. That guys, the key players, Odise, Finidi George, Okosha, say, Kanu, say guys, we are going to, that's why when Kanu was not there. The big boys say we are going to Sudan to go and beat Sudan in Obduma.
Yes.
They met in South Africa. They agreed, okay, this is what we are going to do. My brother, please, if you are here, go and watch the highlight of that game. The Sudan did not have, there was no air for them to breathe. They did not.
Yes. That is high altitude. That place is high altitude and very hot, because I remember in the morning of that match, Aribo West came to train. Blood was gushing out of his nose. Aribo West, that is like a hard man. Blood was gushing out of his nose. That morning,
before you know it, so that's why I realized that we have been here before. So we have 6 games, 18 points to play for. Come on.
Yes.
You don't give up. So I spoke to one person. They said that we are doing everything to make sure this team actually works. And I'm happy that they're also mobilizing supporters too to Uyo, so that there could be a lot of people. There will be proper home support for Eagles. See, guys, I promise to use 1 hour. And after I finish my 1 hour, I've already used 1 hour, 17 minutes more. So, but it's been very, very lovely conversation. And I'm happy that to see Mr. Kingsley back, thank you for always joining. IoT. So what should we be expecting now? The interview for Walla was very good, fantastic interview. Guys, if you have not watched that interview, I don't have it here. I will have played the trailer here. But if you have not watched that interview, I beg, go and check Anayo Walla's interview. The journey is not always easy. The journey was rough. So, IoT, what should we be expecting? Which interview is coming up in the game next?
Next week, Emeka Eze, player for Pendixpor in Turkey.
Yeah.
Started his career in Nigeria. He went to Oxygen de Mfu in Cameroon. From Nigeria, he went to Cameroon. A lot of struggle in Cameroon, before he finally went back to Nigeria and then made it to Europe. Another good interview that you will learn about some of the struggles that Nigerian players go through just trying to make a career before they get to Europe. Now, somebody will be telling him, in Turkey you day, they play football, get league, kind of things. If you know the journey, success is relative.
But hopefully, God willing, one day hear from players where we go quick free relate with. One day hear everything they happen for backstage, we will not know.
They will not talk.
No,
But
if you interviews them, they will talk. Omero and the
But
likes, they are
no,
nice
no,
who
guys.
is
I mean,
coming with the 10 million testing on it? Because somebody wants to come with say you
no.
know.
See, the thing is, it depends on the. So the thing is, I'm very interested in sharing stories of relatively unknown players. That's honestly something that I
Uh,
want to do. But I'm
Ozo is
also
This
known
guy,
now.
no, but
Ana Iwala or something. That guy is
Yeah,
good. I
no,
remember when in a
but
draw.
I'm also
In
going
fact,
to do
when he was
interviews
playing
with.
for Enyimba, he's a
yeah,
very good player.
very good player.
Mm.
Yeah,
But I'm also going to do interviews with other players. Like I'm on the list of interviews to do. There's Victor Boniface,
yeah.
there's Rashida Ajibade, there's Ashley Plumter, there's Vinsola Babajide. So it's going to be a mix. I'm talking to Leke James, I'm talking to Yakubu Ayegbeni. He has agreed.
Now we wait
If
for
you want to
Abeg.
interview Yakubu, I have like 20 questions.
Don't worry, like I always tell you when I need questions.
That
Like
means against
yeah, Yakubu
South
Yakubu has
Korea
agreed. Mm.
in
Yeah,
2010 World Cup, the biggest
yeah.
So
miss.
it's
You
going
need
to
to
be
ask him
it's going to
about that
be a
miss.
nice balance. It's going to be a
Mm-hmm.
nice balance
About
of
if
That'll be good for you to
that
come to the
players
interview
UK
go
and
and do an
get
also
views,
interview.
mad
IFP.
views.
what do you say?
If I'm
That
good for
interview
you
go
to
get
come to
mad views.
Europe, and when you come to Europe, you have a sit down talk with these guys directly.
If you pay for my flight now, send me money for flight. Send me money for flight. Give me accommodation. I'll be there.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
gradually,
When you are doing your
gradually.
European tour now, you can just book some interviews around that time.
No, yeah, for sure. Don't worry. Like, I mean, there's a lot of plans, there's a lot of growth. I was saying it on live the other time. Like in 2025, I've quit my job to do this
Uh-huh.
full time. Let's see how it goes.
Yeah.
Obviously, I don't want to be begging people for money. So now why are they begging? I say the one you help me do now to watch the interview, to
Yeah.
support the
But I won't lie
channel,
to you. I saw a lot
things
of
like
share
that.
on that
So
interview, and that is actually what I won't like. I don't watch it twice. I can tell you that it's
thank
worth
you.
it because I was in the gym that day. I just put my AirPod there. Everything. In fact, why they push weight is heavy. I don't know why. Everything was it was so interesting. I really enjoyed it. But I want to talk about this thing. I'm hearing that they have paid some money to the players.
They said 10%.
They have paid the winning bonus for the Libya game and also the winning bonus for the what's it called for the Benin Republic game. They did not play the allowance for the draws. I don't know. They have paid those ones, and I think some players have confirmed too that they have paid the Libya and also the Benin Republic one. So the one that is left is just the backlog of the ones that did not actually cover before. They never won any match for World Cup qualifier, and they're also assuring them too about what they tend to do for them in this World Cup qualifier. I think presidency is promising a lot of things for them to do. So see, let me tell you something. No matter how they want to take this game, we will qualify. So I really think that I'm happy that Gusoku paid that money. Those two money. So the one against Rwanda too, let them go and pay it because the
Sorry,
game I'm
Baba.
talking about against Sudan, that game I'm talking about that won 4-0. Now Ghana must go there. You pay the bonus.
Sorry, Baba.
So,
How much is the match bonus?
I don't know. I think there was a time that they were paying $5,000, $10,000. I think so,
Oh
but
wow.
I think they are paying them now in local currency.
But England don't
So
get up to that.
well, England they'll pay you even for
But
50 years after you're done
everybody
playing.
has his own. You can't compare England. England also have motivations to their players. So
Yeah, they
Yeah,
also
there's
get.
many
They
there's
have.
many other
this
things.
money didn't start today. I remember France against before Denmark, the night to the match against the match, they quarreled up to 2 a.m. in the morning, talking about these matches. And under
Yes,
that
now
confused condition, they faced Denmark. Denmark beat France.
beat. Yes.
So this
See,
money
that's the
something
problem.
didn't even from time
You know,
immemorial.
yes, there's no time. The problem with Nigeria is this: there's no time that we are about to achieve success, that this bonus will not come. See, when the time that the other guys when they woke up, they were arguing about money. I don't know why we can just see even US 94. You know that They
Yes.
came to the camp. They came to camp.
Yes. Yes.
A lot of people don't know that.
It's not today.
That Western House did not sleep in the hotel or for the players before the Italy game. He didn't
Yes.
sleep.
Before Italy game.
He didn't sleep now. They went to go and beg him to come and stay on the bench. Just to imagine. Why won't you even lose the match? So that I want that people don't know this thing. That World Cup, please just go and check the game Nigerian played. That World Cup, we have been playing semi-final or final. That World Cup, we were so good, like so good. But we were saying if now, we never know. Maybe it will have happened, but we're just too good. So, guys, it's been 1 hour, 2 hours, 25 minutes. I thought it's gonna be 1 hour. That by 11 p.m. UK time I will be done, but. When I saw the request actually coming in, and I really enjoyed the conversation.
Thank you very much, Smith. Can I just say something? Can I just say something?
Yeah.
Sorry, I wanted to just say on the bonuses, just in terms of I don't know the exact amount they get paid, but I know that when it's a local match, they pay them in local currency. But when it's a tournament or when it's an international camp, then they pay them in dollars. So their fee for these matches will be paid in Naira.
Naira, okay. Let me just address these two comments. David Lagi say, Smith is forcing Coach Eric on us. I'm not forcing anybody on you. If you like, accept him, not accept him. So it's not. I'm not saying. I'm just telling you my opinion.
In fact, most cases, people that people lose hope on are the people. And when just a minute, when Vincent Company only to relegation, the same Vincent Company, Bayer just took him as coach, and he's doing well now. The same person that led all to relegation. So you can't, I don't know why people are judging this guy even before he has even performed. You need to allow somebody to perform first.
But the reality of it is people are going to talk. That's the reality. When company joined Bayern, people talked. People are going to talk. The only thing for me is that people should not speak about things that don't have to do with his football. But people are going to talk for sure. That one is normal.
That is normal. So, and Henry, please go. I can send the link to you. Go and watch the second half. I have the second half, the link. Go and watch the second half between South Africa and Mali. Watch the first half. South Africa did well. Go and watch the second half. You will know exactly what I'm talking about. So he totally did everything. He took life out of South Africa in that second half. Go and check it. You will know exactly what I'm talking about. He played them and he actually he won. South Africa was, did well in the first half, but second half, he got back. And that's what I like about him. When he reached the game, when he comes back, he normally adjusts himself. So, guys, thank you for actually joining. No, I'm not taking no further comments again. Thank you, and thank you for joining. So I think one of the days we'll try and see we are close to each other. So I don't know where Mr. Patrick is joining from, but thank you for always being there too. And IoT. So thank you for always being there too. So I think the AFCON draw is next. It's next week. I think it's next week. So if you are going to Morocco for the AFCON, let me know so that let me know if you are planning to go to Morocco. So actually see how we can actually meet in Morocco for that AFCON this year, Christmas AFCON this year. So thank you for joining. So we'll see you again on Friday. Thank you. So
thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. Just thank you. Thank you. Yeah. And just yeah. So thank you guys for joining. I remain your reliable host, Smith Lai. I'll see you again on Friday next week. Henry. So just thank you for actually joining. It's already 12:30 a.m. in the UK. I'll see you again next Friday. We discuss more, about this matter and and few other things too, preparing towards the AFCON draws. The pot will be out before Friday, so we can be able to discuss the pots and the possible group that Nigeria can actually be. But I think we are 6th or 5th in Africa now, so I think we should be in a very good good situation to actually to get the draws. So thank you guys for joining. I'll see you again next Friday. Please like the video before you go. Let me see how many likes I get now. Yeah, like the video before you come out so that Like the let me see how many this thing we get. So I don't know. I'm not know how many likes we actually what get for this one, but guys, 28 people liked, almost 50 something we're watching, 28 likes. Like now. So for one person just like now, please like. It's when you like they can actually what show these things to what to a lot of people. So don't forget to also share the video too. Thank you guys. I will see you again next week. Thank you.